Memphis style furniture is sort of typically 80s furniture, and I should clarify, this is not the sort of thing that you would see in everyone's home. This is sort of high art meets decor. So as we've seen, the style of furniture tends to be one that is only held by certain homes in the upper classes, and that continues into the 1980s. Everyone else is still sitting on hand-me-down couches and things with floral prints. Now, the Memphis style began in Italy under the influence of Sottsass, and although it didn't reject function, it placed an importance behind that of form. So in other words, this is form over function. These pieces are not meant always to be very functional. You might see a large tabletop or a small tabletop with a massive base, making it very difficult to sit at, for example. Colors tend to be big, bold, over the top. But this is the 80s. This is an economic time when things are recovering. People are very, very optimistic. So you're going to see the use of bold colors. When we move through the forms, they tend to make use of, for example, plastic laminates with brightly colored printed patterns. We see leopard skin. We see combined pieces where you have marble inlays, neon tubes, and glass. And here's a coffee table as an example. It's not a really useful coffee table, but it becomes sculptural. This is design as art more than anything else. We've gotten away from design as designed for the middle class. We'll kind of get back to that in a little bit. So there are a couple of pieces I want to look at. For example, this Proust chair. Now here, what you see is a chair that reads initially, if you're just looking at the form, as something maybe Rococo or Rococo Revival with all of that carved relief work. It's beautifully done. We've got a piece where you would typically expect some kind of white striped or white based tapestry for the upholstery and either bare woodwork or gilded woodwork. But here it's something very different. What he's done is he's created a chair where the upholstery would seem to have expanded beyond the fabric onto the frame. It really makes you question what is chair and what isn't. What is upholstery and what isn't. Maybe question why they need those. It's very reminiscent of those color charts that you see at the eye doctor to see if you have color blindness. So it's big, it's bold, it kind of captures elements of the society. But of course, these are not going to be commonplace. We will also see the vitra shizo, which is a chair that can actually nest within itself and create 2 chairs or 3 chairs. It can also be made into a bench if you interlock the ends together. And it's a really unique form. He's using primarily plywoods. Some of these will use steel as some of the constructive elements. And the idea here is one of efficiency, but yet it's bold and over the top. It's a sort of piece that becomes, a conversation piece more than anything else. One does not buy this because you want multifunction furniture. One buys this because you like the artistry and lines of it. Again, interior design becoming art more than anything else. And then, of course, we have the koramata, how high the moon chair. And here the idea is to create a chair really with negative space. It's a chair without mass. So all of the places where you expect there to be a chair, for example, within the seat, within the arms, the backrest, of course, we know that's all hollow. It's all created by this steel mesh. So it gets you to question negative space, mass, volume. What is art? What is perception? It's really speaking to us more as an art piece than it is as an interior design piece.